CLA is vital to our health and needed by our body to help keep fat cells from becoming larger and larger. It is a body fat blocker that has many benefits. To explain what CLA is and why it has become so popular, we need to take a moment to tell you a story. The story begins. Centuries ago in ancient Greece and Egypt, there were very few reports of overweight people. Back then, we ate and drank from the cattle that ate nature's grass. This is when we can find that heart problems were a non-existent rate of 0%. That's right, 0%. And while cancer had been discovered, the American Cancer Society states that not even 1/4% of the population had cancer. Even if we fast forward to the 1900s, heart problems still isn't a huge number, but it is reported to be around 10% by mid-century, as reported by Healthline. During the early 1900s, weight problems aren't reported as much of the population still has trim bodies. Around 1900, cancer-related deaths are still at near 0%. Why? We still haven't begun grain-feeding cattle, so there is no industrialized fatty acid in the body yet. The world is still safe because cows still eat nature's grass. Entering the 21st century, the number of grain-fed cattle shot up astronomically as dairy farmers moved away from grass-feeding cows to force-feeding them chemically charged grains with unnatural synthetic hormones used as growth stimulants. The number of chemically charged grain-fed cattle has skyrocketed in the last 50 years. Around the same time, coincidentally, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 69% of adults in America are either overweight or heavier. That's 159,317,688 people. What a coincidence! As soon as we stopped feeding cows grass and started force-feeding them chemically charged hormone grains, more than 159 million Americans were reported to be overweight or even heavier. This may have also caused over 30 million Americans to have high blood sugar levels, as reported on diabetic.org, and 85 million to have heart problems, as reported by the CDC. Also, multiple research recorded by the NIH show that since CLA may hold back cancer-producing cells, the lack of CLA in the hormone-driven grain-fed cattle may be one of the reasons why 13.5 billion people live with cancer. It's a living nightmare, where 2 out of every 3 people we know are overweight or even heavier, and it may be because of chemicals fed to the cows. In the past 50 years, the way farmers have fed and raised their cattle has changed. Most cows are no longer raised out on the range where they can feed off grassy pastures. The farms have become industrialized factories where the cows stand shoulder to shoulder while getting fed filler and grains in huge troughs. What is in the filler and grains, you ask? We don't really want to know everything, but we will let you in on a few items. The filler includes animals, including roadkill, feathers, hair, skin, hooves, and blood, drugs and chemicals such as growth hormones, plastics, grains that should never be fed to cows, and even manure and other animal wastes. So why have the dairy industry stopped eating cows' grass and converted to grains, you ask? The answer lies in the New York Times article entitled Power Steer, where it was reported using hormone in beef cattle is legal and financially irresistible. Hormones in grains cost $1.50 and add between 40 and 50 pounds to the weight of a steer at slaughter. So by spending $1.50, the dairy industry have an extra 40 to 50 pounds of cow to sell us, while we suffer from all the toxic fat that these grain-fed cows produce. The dairy farmers do not want you to know that by using unnatural hormones in their grains, they only spend $1.50 and they have an extra 40 to 50 pounds of cow to sell us, while we all suffer from the toxic fat that these grain-fed cows produce. This brings up a lot of issues, but we'll just share with you what exactly this has to do with CLA. CLA is conjugated linoleic acid that is a good fatty acid found largely in beef and dairy products. A group of scientists at the University of Wisconsin were wondering what kind of health issues would be associated with this style of cattle raising, since most farmers in America have stopped feeding cows nature's grass and turned to hormone-driven grains to gain more profits. Upon researching this idea, it was discovered that there was less CLA naturally manufactured within the cows on grain than on grass. If that was the case, how much did that affect humans? These nice gentlemen decided to look into this a little further. When checking out what all CLA could do for us, the scientists found out that it was actually quite important to a human's health. CLA may help maintain blood sugar levels. It's great for heart health, it supports the immune system, and it may improve bone health. It was also observed during their research of CLA the effect it has on body composition. They were using pigs for the research, and while recording the process, they saw that the pigs were getting leaner. They were actually experiencing leaner muscles and less fat in their bodies. This helped the scientists realize that CLA was making that happen. Unfortunately, they weren't sure why CLA was making that happen to the pigs. Well, since pigs are close to us in physiology, then perhaps the same thing would happen with humans. This discovery set off a slew of research that would concentrate on what CLA could do for people. While these researchers examined different variables and came up with varying conclusions, the one consistent finding was that CLA may help people lose body fat. Among the research most cited is a Norwegian research study published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2000. It found that CLA helped reduce body fat and preserved muscle tissue in overweight people who did not change their diet. According to the research project manager, individuals in the CLA group lost more body fat on average as compared to those in the placebo group. Another research study, published in the Journal of Internal Medicine Research, said that CLA reduced body fat in healthy, exercising humans of normal body weight. Research in the International Journal of Obesity showed that CLA reduced abdominal fat in overweight men, and Louisiana State University scientists showed a significant reduction in the body fat of male mice who were fed CLA over a period of 6 weeks. Further research completed by Scandinavian Clinical Research in Keller, Norway, took a look at CLA and body weight. Male and female volunteers who used CLA were a mix of healthy and overweight. The participants' body fat mass decreased while their lean body mass increased on the CLA supplements. This was reported in the article Conjugated Linoleic Acid Supplementation Reduces Body Fat Mass in Healthy Overweight Humans in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Yet another research study published in 2001 in Lipids, led by scientists Smedman and Vespi, investigated CLA's effects on humans and discovered that out of 53 men and women studied, the ones that were on CLA had a decrease in body fat as the muscles grew leaner. This research was 12 weeks long. Body fat decreased in those that took the supplement as opposed to those that took the olive oil placebo that had no reaction whatsoever. How is this possible? When fat enters the bloodstream, CLA can help block the small fat cells from becoming bigger and bigger and break the large fat cells into smaller pieces so they can be burned into energy and muscle mass. This will reduce the amount of fat in the body. CLA actually enhances the productivity of an enzyme in the muscles so that CLA can burn more fat. That in turn gives us a chance to be trimmer. As a result of the interaction of CLA in the bloodstream, we have a whole host of benefits that we can reap. CLA may help the heart. Research over the years has shown that heart health may improve when the body receives CLA. For instance, a 2007 research study by scientists tested rabbits with a CLA-enriched butter to check for the treatment of aortic problems within the heart, as well as hardening of the arteries. It was found that the rabbits on CLA had reduced plaque in the arterial walls. Reduced plaque equals less buildup in the bloodstream. That in turn shows us less of a chance to have heart-related problems. Heart problems may sometimes be connected to unwanted blood sugar issues. Since that's the case, Several research studies have been made in this regard. One research study in 2002 shows us that by treating overweight men with CLA, a resistance to insulin and balanced glucose levels may occur. Those scientists with the pigs were onto something. Many other research studies have also concluded that when we take CLA, we may achieve lean muscles and reduced body fat. However, although CLA may have been shown through research to lower body fat, blood sugar levels, and increase insulin sensitivity, leading to an array of fat loss and body composition benefits, it is important to realize that it does not replace medication for those suffering from diabetes, heart disease, cancer, or any other disease. Anyone with a medical condition such as diabetes, heart disease, or cancer should continue to take their prescribed medication while working closely under the supervision of their physician, always following his or her medical and dietary advice. Because of all the positive research that has been done on CLA, it may be very beneficial to our health. It is found mainly in dairy products and also in red meat, poultry, eggs, and surprisingly enough, corn oil. However, according to bodybuilding.com, because of the way cattle are raised, getting the right amount of CLA in your diet now is very difficult. Beef and dairy foods were once a good source. During the past several decades, changes in how cattle are raised, grain-fed versus grass-fed, combined with the trend toward low-fat dairy, have greatly reduced the amount of CLA we get through our normal diets. According to Peter W. Perotti, a food scientist with the Dairy Research and Development Corporation in Victoria, Australia, of all the CLA found in food today, milk fat is the richest source of CLA. But in low-fat crazed America, the consumption of dairy products and red meat has dropped dramatically. Research at the University of Wisconsin indicate that CLA dietary consumption may have dropped as much as 80% in the last 2 decades. So even if you resolve to gulp down several glasses of whole milk each day, you probably won't be getting enough CLA. Changes in livestock feeding practices over the last 50 years have largely removed naturally occurring CLA from our diet. Today, the recommended daily dose of CLA to start burning fat cells into energy is 3.0 grams. To achieve that level in your diet, you would have to consume at least 500 grams of fat, mostly saturated, every single day. That is over 4,500 fat calories each day just from eating CLA-rich foods, or we could consume more than 4 gallons of ice cream, 7 pounds of beef, or almost 4 gallons of whole milk on a daily basis to get the recommended dosage of CLA that is effective enough to burn fat. Because of the way cows are fed now, it's just impossible for us to get CLA naturally. However, there may be good news as more people become aware of how important CLA is to our body, with scientists starting to develop CLA-rich foods. At the University of Alberta, Canada, researchers have announced that they are working to develop milk that contains higher levels of CLA by adding oils such as canola, safflower, linseed, or flaxseed to the animal's diet. This process is still ongoing and may take many decades to complete. Until our society can develop CLA-rich food, our body may not burn fat as quickly unless we add CLA into our body by taking natural supplements. CLA supplements are the healthiest way to get CLA because they are manufactured to contain a specific balance of biologically active CLA isomers, chemical compounds. Limitless is extremely careful about which supplements we choose to produce. The National Institute of Health mentioned over 50,000 supplements that our state-of-the-art laboratory can produce, but we do not manufacture most of them. We are extremely selective on which supplements we produce because most supplements just don't work like their claims. Because of how big of an impact CLA can potentially be on millions of Americans who are overweight, and because so many companies are just not producing CLA correctly, we finally decided it's time for us to develop our very own. After tons of research and testing in the lab, we are finally ready to introduce the highest quality CLA supplement on the market, Limitless CLA. Here's the top 10 reasons why Limitless CLA outperforms other CLA supplements. 1. Limitless CLA uses the same patented active CLA ingredient that has been used in documented research that has been shown to lower body fat. Many companies sell CLA that are not patented and not effective. That's why some people who use CLA do not see lower body fat, because they use the CLA that has not been patented. 2. Limitless CLA is 100% pure. There are no fillers, metals, chemicals, pesticides, preservatives, or anything else added to save money. Because patented CLA ingredient is expensive, many companies add extra chemicals to their CLA to lower their cost. Other companies use CLA ingredients that are not patented because it's much cheaper. Our brand is extremely important to us, so we only use 100% pure CLA extract to make sure you are getting the most effective CLA product. Limitless CLA is 100% pure CLA extract. 3. Limitless CLA is 100% natural. Sourced from natural safflower oil, it is 100% natural and environmentally sustainable. It contains no artificial flavor, no sweetener, no sugar, no wheat, no yeast, no fish, and no sodium. Just the highest quality pure CLA extract available on the market. 4. Limitless CLA is starch-free, milk-free, lactose-free, and gluten-free. Many companies use starch, milk, and lactose or a gluten base with their CLA that provides lower quality CLA that may upset your stomach. We do not use any of this and only provide the highest quality CLA from safflowers. 5. Limitless CLA is high potency at 1,300 milligrams. While some companies may sell CLA with dosages as low as 1,000 milligrams, our pure Limitless CLA contains a high potency 1,300 milligrams, which can outperform some 1,500 milligram CLA supplements. It is absolutely one of the most powerful and highly potent CLA supplements on the market. 6. Limitless CLA is very safe and well tolerated. While you may have to worry about rancidity and serious formulation problems with other CLA, our CLA is very safe. It does not contain any natural or artificial stimulants. No serious adverse side effects have been observed with the recommended dose. Toxicological research in animals has also shown that the Tonalin CLA is safe even at extremely high doses. A 2-year research of Tonalin CLA also reported no serious adverse effects with long-term CLA supplementation. 7. Limitless CLA is made in the U.S. While other companies may get their CLA from China, our CLA is made right here in the United States. 8. Limitless CLA is produced in a lab that is CGMP compliant. We follow the strictest standards to make the highest quality CLA on the market. 9. Limitless CLA uses the same active Tonalin CLA ingredient that is used in documented research. Our active CLA ingredient has been featured in Journal of International Medical Research, International Journal of Obesity, American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, Journal of Nutrition, and the British Journal of Nutrition. We use the same active CLA ingredient that is used in documented research that has been shown to help lower body fat. 10. Limitless CLA comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If your body fat does not drop or you are unhappy for any reason, just return the bottle and we will issue you a refund. Best of all, Limitless CLA is as natural as nature itself. CLA is already supposed to be in your body. You just need to get a lot more of it for it to start burning fat. Without Limitless CLA, there may be nothing to stop your body from becoming bigger and bigger, eventually leading to heart and weight problems. Please take some time out of your schedule to order today. This is a breakthrough discovery that can offer you so much to keep you healthy that you really shouldn't miss out on it. By trying Limitless CLA, large fat cells may stop growing and growing, so you won't be facing heart and weight-related health problems in your future. Limitless CLA may be one of the only real solutions to help fight heart problems, irregular blood sugar levels, and being overweight in America. It may also assist in lowering cholesterol and triglycerides, strengthen your immune system, help your insulin resistance, and maintain a healthy gallbladder. Take Limitless CLA daily for an entire year, and your body fat may decrease dramatically because the large fat cells that would have grown out of proportion will be properly broken into smaller pieces and naturally converted into energy. Hopefully, when enough people try Limitless CLA, America may turn into a country where everyone is in the best shape of their lives. A country where heart and weight problems are not a problem like it was centuries ago when cows ate nature's grass. A country where your family and all your friends are toned and in the best shape of their lives, which is what nature intended when we were once eating natural dairy and meat. Our product is a perfect substitute for the CLA you are not receiving in your diet. Because your body does not have enough CLA, the fat cells in your body have gone out of control. It may take a while to lose the weight because it took you a while to gain the weight. It may be 2 months or 4 months or a little longer, but if you keep taking Limitless CLA religiously, you may see the same results as the dozens of documented research studies have shown. The best part is, Limitless CLA works throughout the entire day, even when you're not at the gym. So while you're surfing the web, while you're watching TV, while you're driving home from work, while you're partying with your friends, while you're on vacation, while you're on a date, and even while you're sleeping, Limitless CLA continues to do its job, shredding fat cells into smaller pieces and burning them into energy, cutting away fat chunks piece by piece. As you take Limitless CLA throughout the entire day, your body should tear one fat cell after another into little pieces and block each one from becoming larger and larger. Order now and have a long, healthy, and exciting life. See what one pill can do for you. Limitless abilities.